Hello, I'm Andy Brown, editor of International Construction magazine.
Hello, I'm Thomas Allen, Deputy Editor of International Construction.
Welcome to International Construction magazine's Industry Review of 2018, where we take a quick look at the global construction market. We will also look ahead to what 2019 might bring and provide some insight on what directions the market will be taking in the future. We have drawn on various data sources to provide this information, much of which is available on the KHL website, which is www.khl.com. As an overview, 2017 was a strong year for the construction industry. Data from Off-Highway Research showed that 2017 was unusual in that construction equipment sales increased in every major market. The growth was pretty much universal. It was not a case of one or two regions compensating for falling demand in other regions. Off-Highway Research predict global construction equipment growth in 2018 at 6%.
Our own yellow table, which is a list of the revenues from the top 50 OEMs in the world, published in the April issue of the magazine, reflected this growth. In 2017, the revenues generated by these companies was $162 billion US. That's a 21% increase from 2016. For 2018, it is predicted that revenues will rise once again, although the percentage increase is unlikely to be quite so high. International Construction's Top 200 list, the annual ranking of the top 200 contractors in the world, saw the total sales value of those companies increase from $1.3 trillion US in 2016 to $1.6 trillion in 2017. The list was once again dominated by Chinese firms, which made up half of the top 10 companies on the list.
We will now take a look at some of the different regions in the world, starting with Europe. According to data from Off-Highway Research, in Western Europe in 2017, construction equipment sales increased by 13% to over 160,000 units, up from 2016's 142,000 units. Germany is performing very strongly, and in 2017 demand in Norway and Sweden reached their previous highs, which were both set in the mid-2000s. Construction spending in EU countries for 2018 is estimated to be up around 3%. In 2017, construction equipment sales exceeded 160,000 units for the first time in a decade. In 2018, this is expected to marginally increase to 162,000 units.
The Indian government has backed infrastructure spending to a large degree. The 2018 to 2019 budget sets aside a record $72 billion US for infrastructure projects. The construction market in India is predicted to grow twice as fast as China's as the urban population grows. By 2030, Delhi is expected to become the world's second largest city. India is projected to become the third largest construction market in the world by 2021, overtaking Japan. By the year 2025, construction output is expected to grow on average by 7.1% a year. Equipment sales increased 15% in 2017, and growth is expected to reach 16% in 2018, which would take the value of the Indian market to a record $3.5 billion US. However, it is worth noting that there may be a slowdown in 2019 due to the country holding a general election.
The US saw an increase in construction spending in 2017 of 3.8%, according to US Commerce Department figures. However, this is the smallest construction has risen in 6 years and was influenced by the public sector. Public construction fell 2.5% to $279 billion. Figures from IHS Global predicts that the US will see construction growth of 3.2% in 2018, declining to 2.1% in 2019. The market and the economy remain strong, but much will depend on the influence of President Trump's policies, such as trade wars. It is currently looking like the much mooted infrastructure bill is being planned for 2019, which, if it takes place, would see a total of $3 billion over 5 years dedicated to a national infrastructure investments programme. If this came to pass, then growth in road construction in the US could increase by as much as 10%. Following the uncertainty of the 2016 election, growth returned in 2017. In 2018, it is expected to see a rise of 13% in the construction industry to take units sold to 193,000 units.
There has been a slight decline in the number of projects given the green light in the Middle East, but there are still 200 major projects planned for completion before 2023, at a cost of $2.7 trillion according to Deloitte. Data supplied by Arcadis shows that this region has the top 2 fastest growth countries for construction in the world, the UAE and Qatar. The UAE is enjoying construction growth of 10% a year, while for Qatar the rate is 15%. Not surprising, considering it is preparing to host the 2022 FIFA World Cup by building all the associated infrastructure, such as the $36 billion Doha Metro project. It is worth noting that Saudi Arabia, whose prince is a modernizer looking to do what Dubai did over a decade ago, become a business, travel and tourism centre. It is estimated that $47.5 billion of construction projects will take place in the country in 2018. The UAE is still the largest construction market in the region, but it is estimated that it will be overtaken in 2020 by Saudi Arabia, which has aspirations to be the new Dubai.
China is once again the world's biggest market for construction equipment, and that gap to the US is expected to increase marginally in 2018. China enjoyed a remarkable recovery in equipment sales in 2017, with sales rising an astonishing 82%, taking the market back above 200,000 units for the first time since 2014. It is predicted that 2018 will see more measured construction growth of around 7% to take the market to around 245,000 units. Beijing is targeting economic growth of 6.5% for 2018. Less growth is not a bad thing for China if it is more sustainable.
While we have already touched upon global equipment sales in the various regions, we will now take a more in-depth look at these. Once again, the figures are provided by Off-Highway Research. Regarding sales in unit numbers, it is predicted that 2018 will be the year that India overtakes Japan as a bigger market for construction equipment sales. Estimated unit sales for 2018 are as follows: North America, 193,000, Europe, 161,000, Japan, 59,000, China, 245,000, India, 67,000, and the rest of the world, 222,000.
Looking at global equipment sales predicted for 2018 regarding their value in dollars provides the following insight. North America, 32 billion, Europe, 13.5 billion, Japan, 4.9 billion, China, 20.9 billion, India, 3.4 billion, the rest of the world, 19.6 billion. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. Remember that news is updated daily at khl.com and that you can view the digital archive on the website as well.